life is supposed to be. Red lights never seem to stop us. Trapped in shackles, yet we're free. I tried to limit my restrictions. I always fight to feel complete. I never found out what was needed. Life is always bittersweet. I've traveled through this world a million times before, and every path I cross I know what lies in store. And even though I know my heart is on repeat, life is always bittersweet. One for forgiveness. I always try to pull my weight. They say the other side is greener. I'm pretty sure I won't be late. I play my cards as I'm supposed to, yet all I do is bluff and cheat. Better save my thoughts for later. Life is always bittersweet. I've traveled through this world a million times before, and every path I cross I know what lies in store. And even though I know my heart is on repeat, life is always bittersweet.
This is K0TR. Please stand by while I set up the repeater for net mode.
W0TX repeater.
Start to care, then I find there is no one there. But I think of you, and I know we are something new. We get high, baby, like s.t.e.m. fire, love so sharp, like that's hard to know just where you're at. We get high, baby, like s.t.e.M. fire, love so sharp, like that's hard to know just where you're at.
QSD from Denver Radio Club. Welcome to the Denver Radio Club Net, being held on repeater W0TX. This is a meeting held on air every Sunday evening at about 8:30 p.m. Good evening. My name is Jim. My call sign is Kilo Zero Tango Oscar Romeo. I'll be your net control station, transmitting from Littleton, Colorado. If there's any emergency or priority traffic during this net, say break at any pause, and the net will be suspended until the emergency or priority traffic is completed. This net is for Denver Radio Club members and all interested radio amateurs. We're here to share information concerning any ham-related activities. Regular meetings of the Denver Radio Club are held on the third Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. And with the COVID-19 restrictions, we're still doing virtual meetings, and we do those over Google Meets. And if you'd like the address for those nets, the address appears on our website on W0TX.org, or if you're on our mail list, you'll get an email that actually has that address on it as well. Our next meeting will be on December the 15th. An Elmer's session is held at 6 p.m. just prior to our monthly meeting, and this session addresses any amateur radio questions that you might have. So whether you do an amateur radio or interested in some new application of amateur radio, this is a session where you can get help. Also, every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m., except the third Wednesday when a monthly meeting is held, there's a learning net held on 145.490 megahertz and 448.625 megahertz. This is another area where you can find answers for your amateur radio-related questions. As the General Interest Club, we provide emergency communications for the Salvation Army, the City of Blue Ridge Police Department, City of Lakewood Police Department, West Metro Fire District, and St. Anthony's West Hospital. We're always looking for members who would like to participate in this support. Please contact our club president if you'd like to help. Our current president is Jerry Bellhauer, W0GB. Jerry's telephone number is 303-467-0223. The Denver Radio Club website address is W0TX.org. And again, Jerry's telephone number is 303-467-0223. The Denver Radio Club also participates in the ARRL Volunteer Examiner Program. And again, with the COVID-19 restrictions, we don't hold our testing session as often as we usually did. That's primarily because of the spacing that we have to have in order to keep the separation from those taking exams. But whenever we have one scheduled, we'll try to list that here on this net, and we'll always list that on our club website, W0TX.org. And there's also a number of amateurs that check into this net that belong to other clubs, and they graciously share that testing information with us as well. So if you need a test session someplace, you stay tuned here on the net. Hopefully we can get you fixed up. If you have other questions regarding VE testing, you can certainly contact our VE team lead, Tom Koshalski, KC2CAG, and his number is 720-284-1911. This is the Denver Radio Club Net, W0TX, and this is K02R serving as net control. Are there any special announcements or bulletins for the net this evening? If so, please call now.
K0VBA, Jim.
K0VBA, Curtis, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll be moving, and I got a lot of ham stuff to get rid of, including 250 amp Astron power supplies, and a bunch of antennas, some of which have been damaged, and other things. I'd like to meet you over at the place where they're located and help you get away with some of them. I really can't look up numbers on the websites because my web browsers don't cooperate. So I'd like to either have you call me with your phone number or give it to me here. My number is 303-424-7373. Thank you, Jim. K0VBA.
And K0VBA, this is K02R. Alrighty, good luck with that, Curtis. We'll see if we can't give you a shout. Make one recall. We have any other special announcements or bulletins for the net this evening? If so, please call out. Before regular check-ins, I'd like to welcome and invite any visiting radio amateurs to check into the Denver Radio Club net this evening. During this net, we disabled the requirement for the 100 Hz PL repeater access zone. So you can use either 145.490 megahertz with a minus 600 kilohertz offset or 448.625 megahertz with a minus 5 megahertz offset. Are there any visiting radio amateurs who'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club net tonight? If so, please call out.
W0TX repeater.
Call sign here is Whiskey 5 Kilo Victor. Name is Johnny.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. W5KB, Johnny. Thanks for joining us this evening. And how'd you happen to find us?
Thanks for the warm welcome. I just did a search on Google the other day and searched up Denver area nets and saw that you guys were taking place on Sunday. One of the rare days that I have to get on the radio, and just wanted to say hello, and yeah, thanks for the warm welcome.
Well, thanks, Johnny, for joining us. Certainly appreciate that, and you're certainly welcome. Any Sunday evening that you can join us, we'd be happy to have you join us. And if there's anything we can ever do to help, we're here to help. I assume with your call sign that you've been in the amateur radio hobby for a number of years. Am I right?
Not too long, actually. I got licensed in 2015. I got a 5 call because I just moved here from Texas a couple months ago. Originally from Austin, Texas, but moved up here for a job change, and now living here in Aurora. And I was finally able to get a VHF antenna up on the roof, and I've just been kind of scanning around and checking out all the repeaters around town. But yeah, I've been in ham radio for about 6 years now, and super anxious to get an HF antenna up as well. Back to you.
Well, very good. Lucky for us, you found us. I'm glad to have you join us, and good luck here with a new job and getting up your HF antenna. I appreciate that. I've been there a few times. Fortunately, I don't have any HOA restrictions, so I don't have that big of a problem, but just trying to get antennas fitting within the confines of the boundaries here of the property. So and sometimes that can be a challenge as well. But very good. Well, glad to have you join us, and certainly good luck there in your move up here to Colorado. Hope you enjoy it, and so far we haven't froze you out, so this is really a strange winter, but we'll hope for the best. And like I say, please, anytime you got a chance, drop by and visit. We'd be happy to have you. Make another call. Anyone else that'd like to visit, check in as a visitor tonight to our net, please call now.
W0CIV, W0CIV, Charles and Denver.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome WD0CIV Charles. Yeah, I was just accepting check-ins from visitors, Charles, but we got you checked in, so you're good to go. Then move on down, and I'd like to welcome and invite any newly licensed or recently upgraded radio amateurs to check in. Please call now. All right, I'll now take regular check-ins and groups, and please let me know if you have traffic when you check in, and I'll get back to you. First, radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin in the letters A through E, Alpha through Echo. Please call now.
10. Whiskey 0. Bravo Kilo Sierra, Barb in Wheat Ridge.
Kilo Sierra, 0 Echo, KS0E, Alex in Denver.
Kilo Foxtrot 0 Alpha Foxtrot Quebec, Troy in Denver.
KA5 DKS, Ken.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. Had a double right off the start. I got K0DPR Paul and W0BKS Barb. Next I had KS0E Alex, KF0AFQ Troy, and KA5DKS Ken. Make second call for radio amateurs. Call suffixes begin letters A through E, Alpha through Echo. Please call now.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Bravo Hotel Romeo, Rye in Westminster.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. Ryan, I didn't get your call sign. It was noise in there breaking up. Could you come back with it again, please?
again. Kilo Foxtrot 0 Bravo Hotel Romeo.
All right, thanks, Brian. Ryan, we got that time, KF0BHR. Ryan, and let me move on down the alphabet. And radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet, please call now.
Alpha 0 Juliet Kilo, AA 0 JK. Fred in Arvada. Good evening, no traffic.
Sir TV, Jerry Westminster.
Kilo 6 Hotel Juliet Victor, K6HJV Tom Arvada, no traffic.
Whiskey 0 India Bravo Alpha, Eric in Hudson, no traffic.
W0TX Repeater.
Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. AA0JK Fred, W0GV Jerry, K6HJV Tom, and W0IBA Eric. Make a second call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet. Please call out.
November 0 Golf Tango Golf, Kurt in Denver.
Kilo Foxtrot 0 Foxtrot Papa India, Ron in Lakewood, no traffic.
Hey Bob, good evening.
And at Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins.
I'll get you checked in here.
EG Kurt, and at KF0FPI Ron. Move on down the alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters K through O, Kilo through Oscar. Please call out.
Kilo Echo 0 Oscar Sierra India, Tom Highlands Ranch, no traffic.
And at Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. KE0OSI Tom. Make a second call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters K through O, Kilo through Oscar. Please call now. Moving down the alphabet, radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now.
Kilo Echo 0 Romeo Victor Zulu, John Lakewood, no traffic.
Whiskey Bravo 2 Sierra Hotel Romeo, Stanton, Denver, no traffic.
Kilo 0 Lima Papa Romeo, Lanier and Inglewood.
November 0 Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood. Good evening. Kilo Bravo 9er, Quebec Delta Golf, Carl, Lakewood, no traffic.
Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KE0RVZ John, WB2SHR Stan, K0LPR Linear, N0TRP Jim, and KB9er QDG Carl. Make second call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now. Moving down the alphabet, radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Please call now.
KF0UV, Marshall and Glendale.
Kilo 0, Yankee Echo Sierra, Ken in Broomfield.
November 1, Zulu, Tango Tango, Dan in Denver, no traffic.
Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KF0UV Marshall, K0YES Ken, and N1ZTT Dan. Make a second call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Please call now. All right, now open up the entire alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Please call now.
This is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie. Also checking in, Whiskey Alpha 4, Mike Bravo Golf Bob.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. K1 DBC Drone and WA4 MBG Bob. Be a chance for late check-ins a little later in the net. And at this time, I'd like to turn our net over to our club president, Jerry Vilhauer, W0GB. Go ahead, Jerry, the net is yours.
Okay, Jim, well, thanks for doing the net. Welcome, everybody. So what I got to tell you, we will have our December meeting on the 15th at 7 p.m., and, of course, it'll be a virtual meeting, like they've been for the last couple of years. But this will be an interesting one about lithium batteries, and it's titled Everything You Need to Know About Lithium Batteries. And he's going to also talk about lead acids and lithium ion phosphates. So, what batteries, the different characteristics, and the good, the bad, and the ugly, I guess, about all the batteries that we use daily, most of us anyway. You can go to the website, W0TX.org, and see the post It's presented by Marcel, AI6MS. It has a little bio on there about him. You can look at on the website, and of course the website's updated. The roundtable's out. If you should have got an invitation. If you're a member and you did not get an invitation, well, drop me an email, and we'll occasionally people drop off there for unknown reason. So, and you can always just go to the website and W0TX and click at on the top there where it says click or tap here.
Everywhere.
Bring you into a menu with all the club information, and you can look back at roundtables way back if for a lot of them. So no excuse not to go look if you need to there. I don't have much else. Hope everybody's having a good December, creeping up on the holidays, and looking forward to that. So that's all I got. We'll turn it back to Jim, W0GB 73.
W0GB is K0TR. Thanks, Jerry. Appreciate that. And I don't see anybody that indicated they had traffic when they checked in. This is the Denver Radio Club Net, W0TX, and this is K0TR Net Control Station. Does anyone have any other comments, information, or business for the net? If so, please call now. All right, do we have any late check-ins? Please call now. All right, we'll go through and cover upcoming Hamfest and next weekend's contests. Hamfest we got on the calendar, and we're sure hope they stick in there with this COVID. It's been a long dry spell without any Hamfest, so let's hope these are successful. Next we have on the calendar is January the 15th, and a Saturday. That's Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club's Winter 2022 Hamfest. That's going to be held at the ranch, and that's up just east of Loveland, and that's off of exit 259 on I-25 on 5280 Arena Circle. And let's see, the doors open at 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Admission is $7. They will have free licensing exams. They start at 9:30, and if you come up just to take exam, you're not required to pay an admission fee to get in and do your testing. Just let them know that's what you're there for. And if you're upgrading, they ask that you be sure and bring a copy of your current license. Table reservations run $13 to $17. I think that variation depends on where they're at and whether they have electrical power or not. For advanced table registrations, you can visit http://ncarc.net. And I think that pretty well covers that. And the next one we have on the calendar is the Adams County Fairgrounds, the ARA Swap Fest at Adams County Fairgrounds. And that's going to be on Sunday, February the 20th. That one runs 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And admission is $5. They also will have VE testing that begins at 10 a.m. Doors open to the public at 9. I guess I said 9 to 1. And 6-foot tables, advanced purchase, are $13 each. And tables at the door will be $20 each. There's no guarantee that there will be any available at the door. They do have vendor setup that will begin the day before on Friday, beginning at 7:15 in the morning. And let's see.
With
If you need some
hardware
more
at home
information,
can be a
you
challenge.
can go to
Either your basement
n0ara.org.
already looked like this before the pandemic,
or your computer desk was quickly crammed full to roll in the FPGA module and the Thunderbolt chipset onto one board. This project's software has basic oscilloscope functionality and is still under development.
Hi, I'm Alex Zabulovic, and this is the Thunderscope, a low-cost yet high-performance open-source oscilloscope that connects to your laptop using Thunderbolt. This could be the start of a new wave of test equipment. And while that sounds like a lofty claim, let me back it up with a few points and a proof-of-concept demo.
As a first oscilloscope designed for Thunderbolt, Thunderscope has the capability to stream real-time sample data to your device at speeds exceeding 1 gigabite per second.
By leveraging the powerful processing capabilities of modern devices, this design removes all the limitations of traditional oscilloscopes. Sample memory is typically measured in megabytes, but with Thunderscope, you can allocate as many gigabytes of memory as your device can handle.
Find yourself limited by the fixed list of triggers available in your oscilloscope? Sick of paying for every single protocol you want to decode? Thunderscope has a constantly expanding list of protocols and trigger types. And since it's open source, you can even make and contribute your own custom triggers or protocols. Thunderscope offers measurement flexibility normally only available on high-end oscilloscopes, such as supporting multiple cursors and sending triggered data directly to MATLAB for advanced analysis. Thunderscope's user interface is easily customizable, supports multi-window layouts, and includes accessibility features which are often left out of oscilloscopes, such as a colorblind mode. By removing all the unnecessary components of a traditional oscilloscope, the hardware design is focused on maximizing the performance of the front end and sampling circuitry. This allows Thunderscope to offer flexible bandwidth based on the number of channels used. 350 MHz on one channel, 200 MHz on two channels, and 100 MHz on all four channels, all for the same price as a fixed bandwidth 100 MHz oscilloscope.
Working with hardware at home can be a challenge. Either your basement already looked like this before the pandemic.
With Thunderscope, your whole test setup can be controlled and powered by your laptop, and then fit in your laptop bag when the test is done. The hardware for this project is fully functional. Just one more revision to roll in the FPGA module and the Thunderbolt chipset onto one board. This project's software has basic oscilloscope functionality and is still under development. All the design decisions that got us here are documented in depth on this project's hackaday.io.
Starting December 12th at 2,000
I've connected the
hours
prototype to
goes
a
through
function
December
generator
12th
to show you a
until
demo of it in action. Here we have a 2 MHz square wave on channel 1. We're at 500 nanoseconds per division, and we're going to change our horizontal scale down to 100 nanoseconds per division. Now we're going to enable channel 2, which is a 2 MHz sine wave, and we're going to change channel 1 to a sine wave as well. Now we're going to do some math on the waveforms. We can add the two together, and we can subtract them as well. To get a better look at channel 2, we can change its voltage per division setting. And now we're going to turn on all the channels. We have a 10 MHz signal on channel 3 and a 0 voltage on channel 4. And we can enable independent voltage measurement on all 4 channels.
Thanks to Hackaday for this opportunity to showcase this project and my passion for test equipment. There's a link to the Thunderscope GitHub repo and Discord channel below if you're interested in contributing to this project. Thanks for watching.
With a positive offset, 145.490 MHz with a negative offset, 224.380 MHz with a negative offset, the 449.350 MHz with a negative offset, the 448.625 MHz with a negative offset, and 447.825 MHz with a negative offset. Our digital turbo repeater operating on Brandmeister on 446.7875 MHz with a negative offset, and our C4 FM digital repeater on 449.775 MHz with a negative offset. The 447.825 MHz repeater is configured for narrowband FM, and and that requires a digital coded squelch of 073. There are 2 repeaters on 147.330 megahertz. Repeater in Lakewood requires a 100 hertz PL tone, and the second repeater located east near Franktown requires a 131.8 hertz PL tone. We have a second repeater on the same frequency out east to improve coverage along the Front Range and into the canyons. However, having 2 repeaters on the same frequency, with each repeater having different frequency propagations, we ask that you monitor the frequency to assure neither is in use prior to making your call. The 449.350 megahertz repeater provides wide area coverage, and this repeater hosts our Echolink station, W0TX node number 4140. And a 448.625 megahertz repeater is linked with a 145.490 megahertz repeater. Each repeater requires a 100 hertz PL tone for activation, except as noted, and each uses standard offsets. And for packet, we have an AX25 node on 145.050 megahertz repeater, and we have a 6-meter repeater on 53.09 megahertz with an input on 52.09 megahertz with a required 107.2 hertz PL tone. Your support of the Denver Radio Club is greatly appreciated. If you'd like to participate in any of the many club activities, please contact our club president, Jerry Vilhauer, W0GV. And again, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome W5KV Johnny, who's a visitor stopped by this evening, and we certainly appreciate him visiting, and hope he joins us again down the road. And I'd like to thank everyone for checking into the Denver Radio Club Net tonight. Your support is greatly appreciated. I hope you all have a great week. 7-3. And tonight we had a total of 27 check-ins, and the Denver Radio Club W0TX Net is now closed at 9:07, and repeater is available for regular use. This is K0TUR, your net control station. And please stand by a moment while I return the PL tone to the repeater.
PL on.
And it's K02R. I'll be clear, and good night all.
NBC Television.